Alright, what's going on people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Black Sails Season 1 Episode 3. Honestly, I've struggled to fit watching this show in my schedule recently. Been busy with work and a few other things. But I've got the night to myself, so I thought why not? Why not? Let's get one in. Last episode, things really started to kick off with the story. We found out more about what that schedule, the missing page from Captain Flint's treasure log that he found. We now know why he was after it in the first place. Why was he so secretive about it? And why the cook originally stole it, or was hiding it, like someone said in the comments. Which could make sense. Obviously, they knew they were going to be boarded, so the captain of that original ship sent the cook away with the page, knowing that the cook is likely not going to be slaughtered because his skills are too valuable. I suppose it's pretty smart, really. Because, I mean, you could dispose of those books and then at least these savages don't get access to that information. But it's a lose-lose really. You don't gain anything from it, at least from the original ship's perspective. But yes, as we know now, it is for a Spanish treasure galleon that's rumoured to be worth over 5 million Spanish dollars. Apparently the biggest treasure galleon. It's going to be really cool to see if this new pirate gang manages to pull it off. Is that going to happen in this first season, or is this the overarching storyline, that all the seasons are going to build up to? I'm not sure. With that being said, all of these storylines seem to kind of come together, right? We had John and his page, we had Captain Flint and his secret, and then we had Captain Vane as well, who's also in it on the other side. I don't know, he kind of knows what the page is, although maybe he doesn't know what it's for. All he knows is other people want it, and with that he's probably going to want it too. Eleanor is also involved. Can't quite remember her last name, but she is the second in command in New Providence, right? Her dad, who actually runs all these things, was kidnapped by Captain Flint as well, wasn't he? So I imagine he's going to be a big player in this show. At least helping Captain Flint gain access to that treasure galleon through his legitimate means. We're going to figure out what's actually going to happen between Max and Eleanor. Obviously, at the end, once Eleanor understood what the page was and kind of put the dots together and figured out that the thing Max was keeping secret was that page. Eleanor wanted that page, and Max's answer to that was to try and run away with Eleanor. Obviously, Eleanor doesn't want to do that. Her life is in this island. These islands, not sure. There's no way she's just going to leave. Her dad runs the place. While it is might not be the greatest relationship between the dad and her, it is a relationship. Might be quite difficult to leave. But as we saw right at the end, Max pretty much just packed her bags and left. So I wonder how that's going to show up for her. Is she going to go off all on her own She's going to join a gang of pirates. We'll see. We'll see. Also, I guess we should keep a running count for how many nudie scenes are in this episode too. So, quite a few on the last ones. So, while we're at it, if you're interested in the full-length reactions to Black Sails and any of the other shows and movies that I watch, then you can find them on my Patreon. The link will be in the description down below. If you're not interested in that, then don't worry about it. Just feel free to watch these videos and enjoy. Leave a like if you enjoy the video and comment below what you thought of this episode. Let's go. Yeah, so much happened last episode. We really got to see a lot of the characters in action, learned a lot about them. We saw how crafty John Silver was by absorbing the information on that schedule and then burning it. So he is the important asset that Captain Flint wants. If he dies, so does Captain Flint's dreams of finding that treasure galleon. Okay, what's in store for us this time? Last time opened with a straight nudie, which I wasn't mad at, but it is what it is. Who's this? Ah, right. Yes, the episode ended with him with some woman. I'm assuming it's his home with, is that his wife, beloved, girlfriend, I'm not sure. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but...
What is it?
I found him, Miranda.
This is exciting to see where they kind of go from here. Yeah, they all know about it, and this is life-changing for everyone involved.
She's gone.
She's gone, are you sure?
One of the holes helped her past the guards.
Oh, she's actually managed to sneak out on her own. Terrible, terrible idea.
Something wrong?
Yeah.
You better be worth it.
There's a lot wrong with her right now. Not to be on her wrong side. I mean, why exactly do they refer to him as the thief? If anything, he took the page before Captain Flint's crew had even conquered the ship, so it wasn't his property at the time. So perhaps he might have stolen it from the original captain, but surely it's delusional to think that he's an actual thief to these guys, or treated as such at least. 'Cause he's a thief regardless.
I was hoping to have you all to myself.
It looks like that's not going to be happening.
About that.
Too much going on for there to be any downtime. Ooh. Keeping him captive in your second half's home doesn't sound like a great idea. If anyone sees, at least. What was this, a contract saying that he will provide the information as long as he's safe?
Where's the rest? Beg pardon?
Bianca has a planned stop to take on water somewhere on the coast of Florida. That's the point where they're most vulnerable to attack.
This describes a course that ends miles short of the coast.
Yeah, he's playing the game.
Well, you all seem rather angry with me. Especially you. and if I were to write it all down, then what's to stop you from killing me right here?
Zero. And it would happen.
What's to stop me from killing you anyway?
Well, that's a few weeks from now, isn't it? We might be friends by then.
Yeah, time to plan an escape, at the very least. See, I've got a feeling that these guys actually respect this way of going about it. Yeah, it's skeeving and conniving, but they're pirates, for Christ's sake. Like, as long as he does his job and actually gives you information when needed, and he's an asset on the crew, then ain't no fair play.
When we fire on the Urko, we'll need to do more than make a scratch, or we'll have no chance of success.
As I said, you'll have it.
You'll have it. I'd imagine it's going to be very, very expensive to take that ship down, right? Obviously, if it works, it's completely worth it, but chances are it's not going to.
A thief. Am I the only one that remembers this?
No, you're not.
Our crew is less than a day removed from a mutiny. I don't care how much gold you dangle in front of them. That hatred doesn't just disappear.
Now he's part of the gang. Part of the gang. Off to the brothel. That's how you brought into the gang, right? Yeah, a couple coins, a few rounds, and all be good. All be good.
Not supposed to wager on the ship.
I know, but it's made over an ale at Guthrie's. It's all in good order. Would you do me a favour and keep an eye on him? Give me a yell if he tries to wander off.
He's the one guy on that ship that I wouldn't trust with wandering off for that. So, you're not getting away from his wandering eye. Okay.
That's what I'll do if you should wonder.
Yeah. Good example, mate. Good example. Yeah. His expression is the exact same as mine. The fuck just happened?
You know, I find it hard to believe. We've been on land 2 days. And you still haven't gotten yourself laid. Oh, that's a fucking mystery worth investigating.
I mean, in the reality, it's slim pickings, surely. I mean, I'm not all that interested in sleeping with the prostitutes around here. In a pirate town, this place is going to be writhing with all sorts, right? Syphilis and all. Scurvy. I don't know if that's passed that way, but here it would be.
I've been talking with our friend Randall. My suspicions about our captain. He seems to think we might have that in common.
He's trying to build up his own team within the ship, so when the time comes, he can actually probably try and take over himself. I mean, it's a great view, so I don't blame his choice in that area.
You have my permission to shoot him where he stands.
Yes, sir, Captain Hornigold.
Hang on. Did he just say Captain Horny Gold? That's a name? That's a real name?
Any news from your friends in Edinburgh?
The last I heard, James fled to France. Call him the Pretender now. I promised my men that if they stayed with me, they'd be soldiers again.
Fighting for purpose, not just pillaging and raping.
Who knows what they'll do? They're coming to terms with a very uncomfortable truth. No matter how many lies we tell ourselves, or no matter how many stories we convince ourselves we're part of, we're all just thieves awaiting a noose.
Yeah. Might be a lavish lifestyle for some, but it's definitely not great. And he knows it as well. He knows it.
And after 50 years at sea, You're the only man I've ever met that's gotten dumber with age.
Nice, nice. He's secured it. It's gonna be a big deal having the second ship. Gonna be some kind of flanking maneuvers. Definitely helps out.
Well, you may have them fall now, but at sea, perhaps you'll oversleep the bells and need to be roused.
When the first shot is fired in anger, you know exactly what every last man in that crew will be thinking. Christ almighty, I wish we had a captain 30 years younger.
Did he really just win him over? Or at least put him down for his age and the reality of it?
Dufresne, would you give us a moment, please?
We're almost done. Just another minute.
Dufresne, get the fuck out.
So I love how blunt these people are. Just straight shot, say exactly what they want, you know.
Fuck you, Jack.
I understand your feelings, but humbly, I'm not certain this is entirely your choice.
Okay, is that the first pair of the episode? I think so. Cop a handful. Why not? Mid conversation. Bit wrong time, wrong place, I think. But what do I know?
That was my fault. Entirely my fault. I should have been clearer when I prepared you for this meeting. When I said we would need to keep our tempers in check if we were going to make this meeting happen, I should have specified we'd need to do so for the duration of the meeting as well.
Yeah. Not so good. By the sounds of it.
What Captain Flint
Continue.
meant to say is that we have a crew to answer to. Having lost a valued and respected brother, they will want to know what's been done about it. How much did you have in mind?
£10,000. That's from Mosiah. Now let's talk about his man that you killed.
Some major animosity here. It was difficult to pass it.
Be honest. Are you as surprised as I am? And I'm the only one here behaving myself.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, he seems like the thorn in everyone's sides. So somehow he's not pricking.
So, perhaps it's time you finished cleaning up last night's...
Oh wow, they actually do have sunglasses in those times. That is actually really cool. I didn't know that. Honestly, I'm surprised people don't really walk around with that kind of style anyway. It fit in with today's lineup of clothing that people wear. Did he have her fucking chained up? Her. Jesus Christ. Fuck's sake. Looks like she didn't manage to escape like she thought she was going to. Who'd have thought that was going to happen? I didn't think it was going to be Captain Vane, but someone was going to do this, weren't they?
She put guard to your door. Tried to protect you. Yet, you left anyway.
How did you feel when she threw you aside?
They understand each other. Kind of a mutual understanding.
When she's ready, get her on a boat.
Captain.
She also doesn't deserve to die. You know, she's stupid about things, but...
Mrs. Barlow. sorry. You're expecting company. I can return another time.
Oh, great. This is not going to work well. Eleanor's dad's just going to pop out right now, cause this woman some serious issues. I guess maybe not with that kind of glass, right? Can't really see him. Unless he sneaks out. And that is what he is doing.
Judgment in this world, not the next. For those who are a part of my flock, when that judgment arrives, their righteousness will almost certainly go beyond doubt.
It's not quite that simple for me.
Is he keeping you here?
It's hard to read into that. Is that a yes or a no? Is she offended? I assume so. It didn't seem like a captivity. It didn't seem like there was any hostility between her and Captain Flint. Oh, what you doing? What you doing? Max isn't going to be all too happy about this. Okay. That's happening, I guess. Couple hefty thrusts later and they're all lovey-dovey.
Captain, the men. I need you now. Oh, shit.
Oh, they're raping her. Ah, fuck's sake.
Fuck you!
Here's a slash her necks. I could drain him. Well, was that part of his plan?
Listen to me very carefully. You are, all of you, this whole crew, as of right now, finished! You will not sell anything. You will not buy anything. You will not eat anything!
No.
Only one real choice, I guess. He put into that predicament, but there's no way Captain Vane is going to allow that.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, I mean, what do you even say about that? So much has happened in that small space of time. Like, fuck's sake.
I may be wrong about Singleton, but I'm not wrong about Flint.
What's that supposed to mean?
To him, we're all disposable. Chits to be used for his own purposes.
It sounds like you just explained how the real world actually works. We are, as individuals, all disposable in the grand scheme of everything. As individuals, none of us truly matter, do we? Regardless of what you believe. So I still can't get over what has happened with Captain Vane's crew and Eleanor. Went down in a way that definitely did not need to. Like, she's just given up her life to sacrifice herself. I think that kind of confirms their relation. Yeah. How is he going to use that information? Now, assuming that we do know the information of her being, at the very least, someone who Captain Flint likes, loves, cares for, I guess let's put it as that. But there's a weakness right there. Perhaps the only real weakness for Captain Flint. And this guy, Eleanor's dad, he's not a dumb man. He managed to get to where he is. Made a lot of money in a few different ways. He's not stupid. He's going to try and use that. Right, that was a good episode. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We got to see the continuation of the story relating to the treasure galleon. Captain Flint and Eleanor, that gang, are trying to gather the right resources, including people, to have the best shot of taking over this mega galleon. Now, she mentioned taking 12 guns from another ship, one of her biggest earners, and putting them into the possession of Captain Flint. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how big this treasure galleon actually is. They're making it sound like this, I think that they might have mentioned it on a previous episode. It is a floating fortress. Like, you'd be dumb to try and go up against it. So, what is the magic number that's going to help them get through? They've decided they were going to hire Captain Vane's crew, which I imagine they're going to do some kind of flanking maneuver. Perhaps the treasure galleon would think there's one boat to deal with, another one comes up, but then that doesn't make sense. That wouldn't. I mean, boats aren't exactly fast arriving, are they? So I don't think you're sneaking up on something like that in your own pirate ship. I mean, as we saw in the meeting between Captain Flint, Captain Vane and Eleanor, that there's a lot of issues between the two captains. They've got a lot of history, a lot of bad blood. I mean, Captain Flint did mention that there was a murder or whatever of one of their friends. Oh wait, that was probably the black guy, right? The crucial voter that had access to a bunch of votes. That might have been who they were talking about, actually, because he would have been part of the crew. Yeah, that probably makes sense. John Silver managed to keep up his antics in this episode. Obviously, it started out with him in an office with Eleanor and the gang, writing down some information to prove that he is a useful asset. Obviously, like I said, not all of the information. If he was to give it all right now, he'd be locked up, chained in some kind of cell, maybe just slaughtered outright. Who knows how they handle it. But no, he's needed. And he's kind of manoeuvred his way back onto the ship, joined the crew. It is cool to see how he is proving his worth in other ways as well. Obviously, using his wit, his charisma, I guess, to find out about the mutiny, or what's left of the mutiny, and then providing that information to Billy Bones. That's his name, Billy Bones, the tall bald guy. I think it is. pass information over there. So I do think there's a budding friendship between the two of them. Perhaps Billy doesn't want that friendship right now, but it's going to happen. You know, someone's going to save someone. They're helping each other out. It's going to be the case. Maybe eventually, if John manages to get his own ship, Billy ends up leaving Captain Flint, knowing the issues surrounding him still being captain, and his lies. And that's going to eat away at him. It seemed like it was. And that ending, that whole ending sequence, just infuriating and shocking. It was shocking. There's Eleanor storming into Captain Vane's resting hole and pretty much just jumping on top of him. Like, anything good was going to come from that. Yeah, he's your ex, and we changed in the meeting, but that's just disappointing. I thought she was a stronger character than that, but I guess everyone seems to fall for that kind of stuff. Can't keep separated from your ex. Obviously, convenient timing for us, considering they just finished the fucking, and the issue with Max happened. These fucking savages just raping her in the yard. Not a single person stepped in because they all want to have their go, right? Yeah, Eleanor managed to stop that. Really put an end to it, actually. It's cool that she stood up for Max at that point, but, you know, damage is done, really. Captain Vane is going to lose in his crew. I don't know how that's going to affect this whole job anyway. He was invited onto that big job with the galleon. He was signed in. And now, what happens with that? Eleanor's going to break her word. She's no longer a trustworthy individual. And they have enough information to perhaps go after the galleon themselves if they can bring together some people. The ragtag bunch of people that Eleanor is going to stealing guns and equipment. The things in the stories that they were speaking about, they've only got, a few more weeks worth to keep them going. Everyone else isn't going to be happy about that, so he can probably fester up another gang. And Max at the end, maybe I'm just being dumb about it, but whose fault is it? No, she said it was Eleanor's fault. It's not. She might be angry that Eleanor didn't want to jump in their boat with her, but that wasn't Eleanor's fault. First of all, you are trying to sell stolen property, so you were already committing crimes, so you're not this perfect person. And then once you're offered protection, and even with that protection, you could have lived a great life. As you know, like I said in the previous episode, you know, the princess of the island. But no, you were stroppy about the situation and decided to run away and somehow escape on your own. It's like people don't have any foresight and understanding of how people react. The world is horrible. You know, regardless of who you are, the world is not a nice place to be in. especially in a time like this where there's a lot of role issues and how people are treated. And at the end, you know, she decided to stay with Captain Flint, hold on to his little pocket. I'm assuming she's broken now, that's why she did it. So she can't bring herself to escape the situation. Perhaps it was because Captain Vane was the only person who allowed her to have some kind of ability to leave. I'm not going to say be nice to her, because she was first of all choked in the room and then chained naked. Not exactly dignifying, to say the least. So it sounds like she's going to cause some major issues right there. She is. It's going to be big issues. But yeah, I guess that's the end of this reaction. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and let me know what you thought about this episode. Okay, peace.